Hey there everyone, welcome back to All the Fabric 6. Nailed it. So I've just been spending a bit of time trying to work out a bit of decorations down here while I'm kind of babysitting the factory and letting everything go faster. And I have been playing around with chipped and what's the other one? Rechiseled, which are just like, basically they just add a whole bunch of block variation to the game. And this is my little testing grounds over here to see what does what. And yeah, I'm not going to do all this. I'm not going to do all this on camera. Decorating in modded is kind of the whole thing, and we'll just be here all day if I did it on camera. But I did just want to show you a little bit of the process so you get an idea of what I've been doing, so that one day when you come back to the factory and the whole thing looks different, you'll know what I did. So just briefly, there is this mod called Chipped, which adds all these different workstations to the game. They're a bit hard to see with all that stuff behind them, but essentially this is it. Lots of doors, trapdoors, glass, so many other blocks in the game, even gold and iron and that kind of stuff, even ancient debris. So many of these blocks and leaves and mushrooms and stuff have a workbench that you can head to and rework the texture. So here we have the botanist workbench. I just made up these clipboards to make it a little bit easier to remember what does what. So the workbench converts moss, mushrooms, vines, all the kind of blocks that you would use a shovel for, leaves, all the ice variants, etc. It's a bit hard to see, but there's a phantom frame hiding back there, which is also what I've done on all these multi-blocks here, so I know what does what. Let's just say we wanted to look at the variations of, and not dirt. You just throw it in there. You can get a variety of different types, or just shift click it. Now this is like a sand looking variant of dirt. But as you can see, they've got some really gorgeous variations. So there's soul sand with little blue dots, dirt, moss, warped blocks, all the different ice variants. You could build a gorgeous ice castle with this. And what are you? Your gravel, orange gravel, and melons and pumpkins and stuff. Probably a more useful one is the carpenter's table, which does logs and planks, I think. Yeah, that's all I found anyway. The alchemy bench does crying obsidian, not regular obsidian, glowstone, and all the kind of ore blocks, it seems. Lanterns and things with the tinkering table. I think it also does redstone. Yeah, redstone block, redstone lamp, and lanterns. Yeah, another really handy one, the mason's table, does pretty much all the main blocks in the game. Gives them variations. And that's how I got these deep slate bricks here. You can work on glass or you can work on wool and carpet. The other option you have is chisel refabricated, which is a little bit different. Let's get that dirt again. This one, you can open up the GUI by right-clicking with the chisel. We discussed this one back when I made the kitchen. You can have connected textures. So the edge effect only happens on the ends, which is really cool. And I'm not 100% how I want to decorate down here, but I thought this would be a good start. Just a bit of dirt, bit of spruce, bit of deep slate, with some variation in the deep slate. I think that looks all right. Once I get the roof done, and we'll figure out what kind of lanterns look nice. Probably these ones from, of course, Lights and Lamps. This place will really start to shine, I think. So the way I tend to do this is I like to lay down the base blocks that I'm working with, and then I'll circle back and add some variation to it. So if we have like a dirt path here in the middle, that's a good shot. In fact, I should be trying to figure out the building one with this one, shouldn't I? Let's see, can I make a straight line? Does that work? Oh, there we go. So if I put that down and just go line, it does the whole thing. That down. Does it need to have an end, does it? Yeah, I think it needs to have an end. And there's these, where are they? These ones. So railed and vertically, yeah. So these ones are probably my favorite, the vertically railed spruce slabs. But they always point in this direction. Like you can't have them facing another way. But there are just the regular ones, so vertically railed and then regular railed. These ones will take us back down that way. We can create a nice little kind of corner piece here with just the shifted spruce planks, which I've also got there. So I'll put them like this. Another corner piece. There you go. And we'll fill in dirt in the center. Why are you not working out? I don't know why it's been so difficult. Yeah, and then I like to just come along, knock out sometimes one, sometimes two, and then add in a different variety of blocks. I found that these two look pretty good with the tiny deep slate bricks. They tend to fit pretty well. And then every now and then a rough deep slate, I don't know. Similar color, it looks like it's been worn down or something. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I think it looks pretty cool. So I'll do that for the rest here, and I'm not sure how I'll do the walls, but you can get some pretty cool designs here. This is just regular oak logs made in the carpenter's table. And you get some real cool looking designs here. So I'll probably think about how to frame it to enclose this place in. I'll probably do that between episodes. Now, I do want to go off to the final planet, whatever it's called, beyond the Milky Way. That's Glacio. I do want to head off to Glacio at some point soon and get the jet suit. And yeah, we'll get that Astra trophy as well. But while we're down here, I want to show you how much steam we're eating up now. So over 10K. I've upgraded a few more workstations, mostly up top there, to HV. And our demand's gone up to meet it just a little bit, which is really great. But some of the bottlenecks now that we're coming across aren't so easy to fix. Aluminium is a tough one. It looks like we're going okay there. But we've got some plates. Maybe there is a little bit of backlogging going on. Thankfully, platinum is no longer a concern. Aluminium's been very low, so I've just basically overclocked the lapis production here. Lapis to aluminium. It's a bit hard to see from this distance, but all of our bauxite is currently going into aluminium, as is all of our emerald, and a healthy amount of our lapis somewhere. It's a dark blue one. There we go. And from the looks of it, our lapis lazuli ore is kind of on a bit of a countdown there. I'd like to see it go up, but it looks like it's slowly going down, which might mean that we hit a problem eventually. But you know what? We might be able to ease up on our aluminium production if we slow down the consumption of the drills happening here at the oil rig by swapping them out for, let's have a look. If we swapped them out for stainless steel, which looks like this might be an upgraded way of using the drill that'll ease up on our aluminium consumption. So this gives you 500 buckets of crude. This gives you 4,000 shale, and 4,000 shale will give you whatever that is, 18,000 millibuckets of sulfuric, a bit of helium, a bit of naphtha, and the sulfuric you can turn into the equivalent of crude oil, and that's a one-to-one process. So you'd get 18,000 crude oil back. Yeah, in fact, no question, that sounds like an upgrade. But we're not going to do that today. What we're here for today is I want to have a look at this implosion compressor. We unlocked this thing at the end of last episode, and it's like the new multi-block. I think it's the final type of multi-block we have to build. You give it certain items plus this, not regular TNT, but industrial TNT, and you get some cool things back. So finally now we can get diamonds and emeralds the proper way. So I'll set up recipes for those. Maybe that's a good way to get tungsten, I'm not sure. This appears to be a better recipe for blastproof alloy ingots, because this converts one of the mixed blastproof ingots into 3, and so far we've been using 2 for just 1 plate. Yeah, so that's definitely an upgrade. And it looks like it's the only place you can get this beryllium ingot stuff. So what's that? That's at least 4. That's at least 4 implosion compressors. Yeah, but to get this industrial TNT stuff, it's not too hard. We're producing sand at the factory, so that's taken care of. Flint, we want the MI way of getting flint, which is with a centrifuge. 1 bit of gravel will give you 2 flint. Nitrogen we've already got on the line. It gets generated over here. It's stalled because our argon has filled up. Argon, that thing that I thought we're going to have troubles with. But nitrogen we're producing, so that's not going to be a problem. And tooling we get from, straight from the distillation tower. Tooling. I think that's it right there. Okay, so we can pull that over. Let's start off by putting it in line with this one. So what do we need there? We need titanium bits and pieces. Solid titanium machine, casing, blastproof casing. Wrench in the offhand so we can still see it. Shape valid. Looks like a bunch of these recipes, sure, only require 2 items in. Some of them require 3. So for the 2 item inputs, it looks like a steel hatch will be fine, but we'll need to use the higher tier hatch, the one that has 4 slots for some of the recipes. So it's item in, item out, and power. Oh no, it's doing that thing again. So the 3 hatches we have, item input, item output, and energy input, all look like they have to be on the bottom, which is a pain in the ass. Because potentially we'll be using 8 of these things, and we won't be able to share any of the walls. Oh. So I could squeeze them in, I guess 8 here, if they were all that tight. It's not ideal though. Right, so energy in, item out, and that'll be a repeating pattern all the way down. Okay, copied. Okay, not quite facing the right way, but they all worked at least. Feels a little cramped, but yeah, we are cramped in this factory anyway. Right, everyone gets their own HV steam turbine. That's the rule. So we want diamond dust and the industrial, emerald dust and the industrial, blast-proof mix ingots and the industrial, and finally, this one requires 3 inputs. So instead of steel, we need to use the advanced item input. So beryllium dust, stainless steel, little bubs. Probably don't have them online. Okay, now it's just a matter of getting these things steam and connecting this up to the main line. And that might be it. Perfect. All right, almost there. Okay, so we need to add these 2 things, super easy. Literally just unpacking the ingots, which we can do anywhere. You're unpacking the dust, easy. And then we just have to electric mix some sand and flint, tooling and nitrogen, and there's our industrial TNT. And just to prove that you can do this without destroying the liquid inside, we can destroy that. The liquid looks like it's gone, but it snaps right back. Oh, that's a large tank. We need a large tank hatch. I got a fright. Jesus. Hatch. Please come back. There it is. All right. Almost, I thought I had voided, what's that? Almost 100,000 millibuckets. We may as well upgrade all this stuff while we're here, just so I can show you how I've been doing it. We'll get rid of those. So you can upgrade these machines just by right-clicking them. Currently, they've got a advanced machine hull in there to make them MV tier. But if you right-click it, it'll just swap that out. Now it's HV. Add the turbines. Get rid of the MV cables. We don't need them no more. We just replace them with aluminiums. And the fluids I kind of just dip down so it gets out of the way of the main pipe. Like you can see over there, and it'll come up from the bottom here. So the next one we need is nitrogen on the white. I think I've been calling this toluene. It's not toluene, it's toluene or something like that. It's not toluene. I thought it was TOU. It's TOL. Toluene. Toluene. I don't know. I'm no bloody engineer. There you go. Gravel's kicking in. All right, let's go turn that toluene on and let the nitrogen through, because the nitrogen I've currently just been voiding to keep the argon production going. So I'll do that just by having this set on a really low tier. Oh, it already is. I think that means, and I hate to do this, I think I also need to void the argon on the lowest priority. It really pains me to do that, but I need to clear this. And it is free anyway, because this is literally just processing something which is totally free. Okay, that's our nitrogen, and our tooling we can turn on over here. Let it out. There you go, and you're spinning, you're going well. Industrial TNT. Cool, there it is, it's been made. Implosion. We needed them to head down for the beryllium ingots, which I'm not sure what we're going to do with yet, but we can figure that out later. Oh, that's for the nuclear mix plates. Okay. For the nuclear alloy plate for building the nuclear stuff. Whoa, okay. Yeah, there we go. If I can touch this without radiation poisoning. And you're that one. All right, cool. So I don't know how many of these things we're going to store. but it probably doesn't hurt just to get a barrel of them set up here for the time being. Actually, it looks like the blastproof alloy ingot, looks like this thing can be used for a bunch of things as a plate, including the nuclear plate stuff, but it also has a use as a regular ingot to make this thing for iridium plates. We'll store that as an ingot, but the beryllium though, they only have one use, which is to get turned into a plate to get ready for the nuclear mix plate, which means compressor, turbo machine hull, and you're making the plates, the beryllium plates. So there we go. That's it. Cool. Yeah, I probably should have said these pipes and fluids, like I mentioned, if I ever do this again, I'm probably going to run all fluids through, what's that thing called? ME. But there is another way to do it, which seems to be pretty popular, which is to connect the fluid outputs here to entangled tanks. Yeah, and these things, I mean, you've probably seen these things before. I've probably discussed them before as well. But let's say we'll give you a blue and you a blue. All right, so we've color-coded these now, so they're matching. And then if you just kind of put a liquid in one, it appears in the other. So their inventory slots or their liquid storage slots, they're linked. But there is this other kind of entangled thing you can do from a different mod, actually. The tank's from Kibe, but there's this thing called entangled block. I want to see if we can use this to get ourselves kind of like a portal set between here and home base. So I really miss not having travel anchors in this game. So the way this normally works, let's have a look up here. This is just a test for me. Do we have anything in you? We do. Okay, I think the way this normally works is you shift right, block selected, and then you right click. Now when I interact with this block, no, I can't interact with it. I suspect I can only pipe things from it. Okay, instead let's connect it to this barrel, and we'll move this guy, just put it on top there. So now it's connected to this chest here. If we put, let's say, a couple of item pipes in there, and then take them out of there, we should be able to just put them into there. There we go. So this could access the inventory of this barrel. You know, pretty cool. But is it only inventories it can access? Or can it access something like an elevator? If I bound that to this, lock bound, and then I stood on this and jumped and squatted. No. Oh, I was hoping I could set this up as like a little way to teleport around. That sucks. I was hoping I was onto something there. Oh well. All right, let's head off and build ourselves the final rocket and go visit whatever planet it is. Glacio? Yeah, Glacio. And tick off the Astra quest line. So what do we get from the other place? Called Calorite, wasn't it? All right, let's make sure we keep a stack in reserve for reasons that might become obvious. All right, so the best we can do is macerate in furnace. So the rocket itself looks like this. And the jet suit we can also make. So we need 2 of those engine frames because we need 2 of these Calorite engines. In fact, don't we need 3 of them? Yeah, we need 3 of them, one for the angel ring. The third one, or the second one, was for the jet suit. Here's the suit we made last time. We're actually just going to use all of it now. You combine it with Calorite and a few other things. Am I losing any chance on that? It doesn't really matter. That one, pants, and the booties is the jet suit. Thankfully, it recharges while in our inventory, and even while we equip it, which is cool. No oxygen there, which is a shame. We'll go build our rocket in our NASA workbench. You can just click that button. I've been putting them in manually this whole time. T4 rocket. We did it. That's technically all you need to do to claim the trophy and to trigger all the music. That's beautiful. The rocket is there. It's humongous. Here's that cryofuel stuff I was talking about. You can put ice in there, but it gives you much better yield with ice shards. First, let's see what the book has to say. The final planets in Astra, weirdly enough, don't require any special equipment to survive. Simply gather enough calorite and make your way to Glacio. Oh, I guess that means you can breathe there. I think I'll keep my bedrock armor because I think it's just stronger, like 14 compared to 9. So we'll test it out for flight on Glacio. But, you know, I mean, we could if we wanted to make this now. Just get creative flight. We'll do that a bit later though. Well, cue the music, cue the montage. Let's go check out Glacio, which I think Glacio, right, has oxygen, seems, allegedly. I'm suspecting it's made of ice. We've been to the hot planets, now it's time for the cool ones. So solar system, we've done all them. Proxima Centauri, it's a different solar system altogether. And it's got one planet, this one. You can build a space station. We don't really care about that. All right, let's head in. Old space. Oh, it even tells you in the bottom left there. Thought I was being smart with my memory. Maybe a bit of server lag there. Right, that wasn't terrifying at all. Yeah, ice planet. I had some memory there was an ice planet. Okay. Glacio? What do we got here? Glacial ram. I wonder, can you be... You can be milked. I mean, I don't want to be cruel, but... Okay, so it drops nothing, but there's a zombie-type creature which drops leather and fish and stuff. Not that exciting. Alright, let's try out this suit. That's what it looks like. Well, there's the helmet. It's got 2 modes of flying. Ascending with space and boosted space and left control, which is like using the Elytra, but you're constantly being propelled. Ah. Oh, it's a jet suit. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Huge fan of that. Oh, it's pretty fast as well. Yeah, there's nothing here on this planet that we need, because calorite was the final ore that was needed for progression. But you know, maybe it's got something cool. The sheep are cute. All right, yeah, I'll just fly around and find out what if there's any intelligent life out here, or unintelligent, just life in general. Nothing yet, but one trick I've actually noticed, guys, is you can open up your nature's compass. And if we just type in Glacio, you can see there's ice peaks, snowy barrens, glacier, and that's it. Actually, no, it's just the top 2. Forget the bottom 2, they're from different biomes. Which means that these 2 are the only biomes that we'll find. It doesn't mean that we won't find anything in them, like buildings or whatever, nor does it mean there won't be anything underground. Ooh, is that lava under there? Ooh, I've got to go check that out. Found some kind of cave system, which is cool. Nothing in it just yet, a bit more of this ice though. I'm guessing that's just... Yeah, and lava at the base, which is pretty cool, even though it's a frozen planet, it's got a heart of gold. No life, no structures, no hostiles, only sheep. Right, well, another gorgeous planet with not much here. I'm a little confused because just searching for, you know, Glacio in Ad Astra, got all these ores, yeah, sure, found all them, but then there's also a wood variant, Glacian planks from Ad Astra, Glacian logs, Glacian leaves. Maybe that's from a future update? Jeez, it looks like the planet's burning. Whew, that is the hot sun. Maybe that's from a future update. Maybe there's stuff way underground that I just couldn't see. Maybe there's bases or something underground that I just couldn't see. But I had a pretty good look with the spy holes. And also when the terrain generates in and it cuts the world in half, I got a good look and yeah, I couldn't see anything. So experience tells me that that's it for this planet. Still worth the trip. We got a couple of rams. Hopefully they didn't bring any diseases with them. Yeah, definitely you didn't need oxygen on that planet. I wasn't using those oxygen cans at all. Book's got nothing new for us. I would have liked to have got more of the globes. I think perhaps they're only found on the moon. Still, that's pretty fun. Alright, and something else that has happened. If you had a keen eye, you might have noticed I've turned off this contraption. Yeah, it was overflowing. Remember when I said this thing holds like 100,000 blocks? Yeah, well, I think that's true. So now we've got overflowing crops. So I had to shut it off. And look, to be honest, I think it's best just to tear this out and increase our capacity of AE2 and just let the system sort it out. So maybe what we do is we let everything have access to our regular storage system. And yeah, we just upgrade these storage units to the 4 million ones. We got 10 of them. Let's take them out. So this starts crafting some more. Oh yeah, and now that we've got the steam for it, I've upgraded this thing. How fast that's going now. 150 times the speed, basically, with 4 HV turbines. And that's coming in pretty quick. Which is why we have over 30k of Inferium blocks now. And it also makes sense to get rid of that vault. Because there's no point having empty rich soil all around there. Maybe we can use that for all the other crops in the game. Like maybe one plot for each crop. Plus also space for like mystical agriculture if we want to get into that. Right, so what we want to do, these things are really in the way. Right, so what we want to do is we want to take out all the things that are in here. These are all mostly 16Ks, I think. We got some 1Ks. Yeah, we got a lot of 1Ks. Yeah, a bunch of 16Ks. Item storage cells. So things are only stacked into 1000 before they spill over and eat up another slot elsewhere. And there's a bunch of mostly empty 16Ks. So we want to take those out and put them all into these 4 million mega storage cell drives. And it's stalling because we don't have enough ingredients. And what we're missing is skystone. Yeah, I wonder if we can't fix that. Yeah, this is the waystone where I was practicing my target shooting earlier. Just so happens to be at build height, which is perfect. Power. Yeah. And then if we stick a storage bus on there, will you? Device offline. Oh, why are you offline? An energy acceptor, which you can turn into one of these little things. Device online. Aha, there we go. Check that out. Thanks, Sub. Why is it going so slow? Sub taught me how to do this. Is that going to work? I don't think Fortune has any impact on it. That's Fortune 4 up there. So each one of these requires a channel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we should be able to increase the speed on that just a little bit. All right, this will accumulate in time, and we can just go cook up this stuff, and I'll come up here periodically to empty it. So we're looking for a way to move these things into a bunch of 4 million mana storage cell thingies. This one. I spotted there is this thing, a portable item cell. Stores much less. I'm not really sure what you can do with that. All right, let's go to portable one then. What's this do? Takes items. You can put things in it. They're stored there. If you pick it up, does it automatically go in there, I wonder? No, it went straight back into my inventory. Fuzzy, equal distribution. I don't see any options for it to like auto pick up and put in there if it has an item that can match it. Only empty storage cells can be disassembled. Oh, so I need to empty it first. Then we can get back our component parts. How'd you end up in there? Then we can get back our component parts. Yeah, okay. That's real weird. But anyway, we want the regular one, this guy, and we want to start transferring these things over into these cells. As we just learned, you can't right click. Oh, I just did it. You can't right click and empty a storage cell if there's something in it, which is probably good. So we can't really just grab this and empty it, you know, otherwise we'd make a mess everywhere and probably crash the game. And we could possibly create like sub-networks and export buses and that kind of stuff, but there actually is a thing called an MEIO something. An MEIO port, which takes 2 drives. Yeah, this thing. And storage cell shuffle. And this thing lets you what? Acceleration cards. Okay, so it lets you move from the, what do we call these things? Drives, ME drives. From the ME drives to the storage cells, or the other way around. So I guess what I do is I just take out one of the storage cells, throw it in this thing, and it'll feed the items back into the drive, and we have space for it there on the drive. All right, these ones here, These are all empty. And these are just 16Ks. So I can probably claim back all those parts. And these can be our first two candidates to go in here. Move to output when work is done. Is it working? It is working. Move to output when full, move to output when empty. Okay, so that's currently draining those items, possibly putting them in different slots here. Let's fill this one up with 4 millions first. And they can all sit in here. I highly doubt that we ever hit the 4 million mark, but each one can store 4 million items of 63 different types. So 63 times by 4 million. The biggest thing we have, which is already kind of ridiculous, is the emeralds, and that's only 260,000. So I don't think we'll ever hit 4 million, but it's good to flex from time to time. Now I think we just keep on doing this. I think it's as easy as that. Cool. And every time another one of these 4 million components come in, we can just bring it down, craft another one, and just swap them out here. And, oh, obviously, acceleration cards. I can't believe I forgot them. Even quicker. All right, we're just waiting for 2 more of these things to get crafted. And I reckon that, what's that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 drives, 5 ME drives full of the 4 millions ought to do it. And there's, space to grow as well. I'm pretty sure we've got some new particle effects up there now. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that maybe it doesn't hold 4 million of each item. Not too sure, because I was looking at the quests here. Like this one says, okay, well, let's use the 4K. It says that the 4K, 4,000 bytes of storage, not 4,000 items. And those 4,000 bytes of storage can hold 508 stacks of a single item. So 508 times by 64, that's 32,000. So it can hold 32,000 of a single item, or 260 stacks of 63 different items. 260 times 64 is like 16,640. So just kind of extrapolating from that, if a 4,000 ME item storage cell can hold 16,500 items of 63 types, then a 4 million one should be able to hold like 16 million of 63 types, I think. I don't know. If it does, that's pretty good news. Yeah, and I just changed our, sky high. Yeah, I also just changed the setup here. Now it's exporting directly into an entangled chest, and the default entangled chest connects directly to our storage. Down here, this is just how we dump things. So it's coming in there and just getting imported directly in. Look at these particles, that's a spectrum thing. It's really cute. And last one. And as you can see, the green are all empty. They haven't even been touched yet. Yeah, should probably start thinking about decorating down here at some point too, just like we're starting to talk about at the factory, because this really isn't up to code. Pretty messy. We have plenty of space here now, so I'm thinking it would be nice to pretty this place up and have like a wall for all of our IR stuff, and maybe an area for all of our Tech Reborn stuff, and some kind of way in which to have the ME stuff really featured and sci-fi looking and cool. But now that we've got that all done, we can probably start tearing this out. I'm terrified of what will happen if I just start digging it up. So it is tempting. Okay, all the items just fall out into the world. That's not good. Okay, that's not smart. We shouldn't do that. Let's set this instead as a import bus and speed it up. Yeah, that's bringing in all those things. And this will eventually go down to 0. I mean, that's not too many items. We could probably give it a helping hand. And that's it. Cool. Dunzos. I'll leave that there as a memento for now. And I'm guessing that can connect just straight to an interface here. That'll be the real test. I'm just hoping that smart chute knows how to import into an interface. But let's turn this thing back on again and see what happens. I mean, items are draining. Just can't see them. Let's see, the potato gets eaten. We got 9906 and 852. 9909 now and 852. Okay, I'd say that's working. 9913. All right. Didn't trust my own eyes there. Well, guess we just plant some more seeds. current cucumbers. So I'm just coming along here, seeing, see if we planted currant and cucumber. Oh, cucumber's there. Get rid of that then. Just trying to see what we don't have, because if I could have one of every crop in the game, well, that would be ideal. Currant. Yeah, no currants planted yet. So I'm not going to bother with melons and pumpkins because they might be a bit messy. Aconite, did I get those kinds of seeds? Aconite and mandrake and stuff. Put them over in the corner there. Blackberry, I think that's everything. These things probably grow on trees. Yep. Shrimp, I'm pretty sure doesn't grow on a plant. Big tree. I should know that. I'm pretty sure that's all the seeds. Except for turmeric. Why do I have no turmeric? Turmeric. Turmeric, there we go. Oh, okay, that's interesting. I'll just plant all these things here. If we've doubled up, we'll probably realize soon enough. So that is all of our, oh, it fits perfectly. So that's all of our Croptopia stuff planted. Our bewitchment stuff, got longer reach than I thought. Our bewitchment stuff, this thing's cool because it grows ender pearls. Got a lot of ender pearls, but I haven't got a farm for them. And you're something. You come from a thing called a far, which you can't be planted? No, it's not able to be planted on this either. Why do I get the feeling that it needs to be planted on endstone? Well, that one did. Does this one as well? No. Bar seeds from Nears. Near seeds. We can make with a Near, which we haven't got yet. And there's soul seeds, which you can make with soul berries, which we also don't have. Huh. Right, I'll have to look into that. Once we get them, though, they can. There's space here for them. So this side is the crops we've doubled up on because, well, they're used in a lot of recipes. Here's the rest. That netherrack. It does grow on netherrack. All right. We'll put that there. Hopefully it also gets affected. Yeah. A few more spaces for some extra crops. A whole backside here, which I think we'll use for the mystical agricultural stuff. That's apparently whenever I move in it. So I better be quick. Doesn't empty too quick, unfortunately, but it still empties, and we're not trying to break any records here. So, Inferium, that's not how you spell Inferium. Inferium, 36,000 and growing. I can head under here and speed all these things up in between episodes. All right, so these quests have been backing up a little bit. Look at all those ticks as we've been getting further and further into these mods. And the quest bags don't really ever give us anything too special. Some rares, some epics, or quite a few epics, and a bunch of the legendary ones for finishing at Astra. All right, some tuna sandwiches. Nothing to write home about. Ad Astra and MI epics. Just some stuff. I might go deliver those over to the factory. What's an epic loot bag look like? Pipes and some, yeah. I mean, you reach a point in the game where those things don't really do much. So there might not be an episode next week. Sorry about that in advance. I'll still try to get it done, but I've got to spend like 5 days in a state, so I don't, not really going to be having much time on my hands. Yeah, if I did miss something today in Ad Astra, like I know that mod has heaps of gorgeous building blocks, but what I mean is like if there's like structures or treasure or loot or something that I missed on any of the planets, please let me know. We've got waystones on all of them, so heading back there shouldn't be too hard. All right, hope you enjoyed the episode. Thanks for sticking around. I'll see you in the next one.